This is going to be also another pretty volatile matchup, in my opinion. We have Mizuki Inoue versus Hannah Goldy. Mizuki, she is 14-6. She is 3-2 in her last five. She is coming off a 3-year layoff. Her last fight was in 2020, so that's something to note right there. She is 5'3", 6'4" reach. Nothing too crazy for these fighters in terms of reach advantage or height advantage here. Hannah Goldy, of course, she just got knocked out by Molly McCann. She's 3-2 in her last five. 31 years old, so slightly older. Yeah, the 3-year layoff. I mean, top level competition wise, I would say that Mizuki does have a pretty good level of competition. She last fought Amanda Lemos, who just fought for the title and got wrecked by Wei Li. And that, when I watched that fight, I think that it was a kind of a closer fight. She did lose unanimously, but she held her own. I don't think she got dominated in any way against Amanda Lemos, which is pretty good. She does have a UFC win against Wu Yinan there. Mizuki, for me, she's just a really well-rounded fighter. I think that probably more of a high-level grappler than striker, but she's well-rounded. Um, she can lay some pace and pressure. It's just really that 3-year layoff because if there wasn't a 3-year layoff, I'll probably play her because Hannah Goldy, I mean, she's cutting down to 115 from 125, and when you look at Hannah Goldy, she's really like jacked, like she has a lot of muscles, like she honestly she just looks like she's has some kind of juice tendencies. I'm pretty sure she's juicing. But even though she looks like a juicer, she doesn't really fight like a juicer. I mean, usually when you see those people, you want them to fight like a Kamaru Usman, right? CEO of EPO. You want them to keep on like going at you with that pace and that pressure, but she doesn't really like. I feel like she really just dances around in a karate stance, and that leads her to getting outstriked and out grappled by people who are better than her. Really, her best attribute, in my opinion, it's her durability. But as you saw in the last fight, that is also slowly slipping away because she got highlight KO'd by Molly McCann with that, I think, like spinning back fist or spinning back elbow or something. So yeah, that was not good for her. And she's cutting down to 115. I don't know. That's bad vibes all around. I'm gonna lean towards passing this fight. There's way too many variables here. 3-year layoff, women's MMA. You're gonna have to pay just to tell you guys an odds right now. You're gonna have to pay minus 310 for Mizuki. I'm not saying that she can't do it, but she opened at minus 350. It's been bet down to like minus 310, minus 320. I'm good on that. I don't need to kind of sweat that in a way. So I'll pass on this fight. But Alex, what do you think about this fight right here?
Yeah, so James, I think you highlighted a pretty important point that Hannah. So this fight is going to be in the strawweight division. So Hannah Goldie is moving down a weight class, and from her last fight against Molly McCann, and in that fight, just watching that tape, she gassed out very quickly. She's primarily a grappler, and in that fight, she shot a really nice kind of um single leg, like pushed Molly McCann against the cage, and held her there for quite a while. But um, and that was in the first round. But she spent all of that energy shooting for that takedown and pinning her against the cage. That you could tell once they got out of that clinch position, she looked like tired, and that's how she eventually got KO'd, was because she was gassed out and kind of looked for a way out, I suppose. Um, and then Mizuki Inoue, like you said, hasn't fought in 3 years, which definitely a big question mark. But in that fight against Amanda Lemos, she threw like a shit ton of feints. Actually, like she looked very spry on her feet. Um, and what she was the one actually pressuring Amanda Lemos. So although she lost, and Amanda Lemos just fought against Zhang Weili for the strawweight title. So I mean that's not even like a bad loss, but I thought she looked really good. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't really impressed with her striking, but I liked how light she was on her feet, like the feints. So I think I definitely like Mizuki here over Hannah Goldy. I think she'll probably. I mean, if I were to bet, I think I like the over more, but I'm also pretty confident that Mizuki in a way will probably get the win.
Definitely. Gerard, what were your thoughts on this fight?
So I didn't really know much about Mizuki coming into this. I saw her Amanda Lemos fight, and she looked solid all around, even though she looked undersized. Um, she might even be kind of undersized for Hannah Goldie because Goldie's she's built like a brick house, and yeah, Mizuki in that Lemos fight, she looked like she had quick striking, good reflexes, and she was even grappling Lemos pretty good, which Lemos was getting tired from the grappling of Mizuki. Hannah Goldie, she's strong and she's more of a wrestler, right? But I started looking into her other fights, and it looked like some of the strikers were kind of out grappling her a little bit. And I think in this fight, there's a good chance that I can see Goldie looking outclassed in the striking department. The only issue here for me is that Hannah Goldie, she might be a very big opponent for Mizuki to handle. But even with that, I think on skill alone, it makes sense that the odds are the way they are with Mizuki being a 300 like a 300 favorite. Um she is on a 3-year layoff, so that's also something to note. But yeah, I'm leaning Mizuki here, but I'm not too confident.
Yep, yep, that makes total sense. And by the way, Alex, the over on 2.5 is minus 300. So I kind of agree. I mean, if you're gonna play a minus, 300 kind of play, I think you might as well just go the over instead of laying juice on Mizuki there. I think the over is probably a little better of a potential parlay piece if you want to go down that route. So yeah, I agree with that.